We can all say similar phrases, we can all say similar words, we can come out with similar remarks, similar comments. And when you're dealing with a narcissistic individual, due to us being able to relate to them in some way, we don't always recognise the manipulation behind the phrases, behind the things that they say, because they often lead us to believe that they're genuine, or they're helpful, or they're kind, or they're compassionate, or they're generous and they're supportive, so that when they're not, they then turn it around and blame us in some way. And as we take responsibility, we then question ourselves and not who they are as a person, not their character. Narcissistic people are some of the most judgmental people you could ever meet, and they make you feel bad for judging other people to make sure that you don't judge them. With a victim narcissist, they will gaslight reality, and it's a form of their projection in one sense, and it's also a defense mechanism. So whenever a narcissist has actually done something immoral, done something to hurt another person, done something wrong on purpose, and you actually just try to communicate with them about this with them, and you can be very careful on your tone, you can be very careful on the day, the time, try and catch them in a good mood to see if you can actually have that conversation, and they just turn around and claim, you always blame me. So you're the one that ends up feeling bad. Now, a narcissistic person will always blame you. So you might actually at some point turn around and think, hang on a minute, you're the one that's always blaming me here. And then you're just in loggerheads with somebody who is going to go all out to win at all costs to you. Narcissistic people have a way of making you feel guilty or responsible. So whenever they need something, they manage to get you to bend over backwards to please them, to serve them, to run around after them. Now, potentially, they can also suddenly just fall silent on you, or disappear on you, or criticise you and make that hurtful remark, and you can potentially then pull back. They can then ask something from you and you can just not feel like it because of how they've been treating you. And they will turn around and claim that you're the one who is never there for them. When in reality, whenever you ask them for something, they're actually the ones who are never there for you. But they will do the odd little thing for you, so it seems like they can be there for you. Yet in reality, they've often disappeared on you, especially when you need them the most. Narcissistic individuals believe that they need to be the most important person to you, and they often isolate their victims because it's easier for them to then control their victims. So whenever you try and make plans with your friends or your family, they can just turn around and say, oh, I knew they were more important than me. You always put them before me. What about us? So you feel bad and you often let down the friend or the family member that's not guilt-tripping you. When a narcissistic individual is exaggerating or lying and it doesn't seem to make sense, and you don't even have to say anything, they just pick up on your facial expressions or your tone, and they just turn around and say, you always doubt me. And you perhaps do doubt them now and again because of the lies that they tell. They will use weaponized incompetence, so they will do something for you, they will do it badly on purpose so that you don't ask them to do it again, and then they turn around when you do speak to them about it and say, oh, I can't do anything right for you, can I? See, I don't know why I bother. This is why I don't do anything. It's never good enough. So then you feel bad, and then you're the one that's backtracking, you're the one that's trying to make them feel better, and they can just turn around and claim that you're the one that's making them feel bad. Tell a narcissist how you feel and they will use those feelings against you to make you feel worse. They will also claim that you never appreciate anything I do for you. And that's because they often do the bare little. And no matter how much appreciation you show them, it is never enough for them. They're seeking more. when they do something and it's their fault, and it's 100% their fault, they turn around and say, oh, I knew it'd be my fault. Because it is your fault. But they want you to question the situation. They want you to feel bad. They want you to stop calling them out because they feel entitled to do as they please. And they often believe that you're the one that is actually turning against them. They can turn around and say, I'm trying my best, but nothing ever seems good enough for you. They're trying their best to manipulate you into living life on their terms, with them putting the bare minimum effort in, but making out they're putting the maximum effort in, and it's you that's not putting the effort in. It's you that needs to up your game. Nothing ever gets resolved with a narcissist, so whenever you bring anything up, it gets brushed under the carpet, it gets forgotten about. Not today, why do you have to ruin today? Or I'm off to work, I'm doing this. So you can never have a genuine conversation about things that they don't want to admit to, they don't want to take responsibility for, they're simply not interested in because it's boring to them. They're not interested in the nitty gritty of life, and they will just turn around and say, oh, here we go again. Never let anything drop. You're always twisting my words, aren't you? You're always blaming me. And with a narcissistic individual, as soon as you stand your ground with them, they turn around and claim that you're the one that's trying to control them. Stop trying to control me. Or if you do put yourself first on something, they will accuse you of being selfish and not caring about them. Which is who they are. They're selfish. They don't genuinely care about you. They just care about getting their needs met by you. Now, with a narcissist who has that sort of victim mentality, these are phrases that they will repeatedly say to different people when they're not getting their own way. It's a pattern of behaviour that they display. It's not just a now and again or a one-off. With a narcissist, it's who they are, and they often use the words always or never in order to make it look worse and in order to make you feel bad, so that you begin to walk on eggshells around them. Because if you do call them out, you feel guilty, so then you're the one that's making it up to them. A bit like that weaponized incompetence. When they want something from you, they'll promise to do something for you. They'll do it badly. Then if you try and give them any sort of constructive feedback, they'll claim that they can't do anything right. You feel bad. You try and make it up to them, and lo and behold, they know exactly what you can do to cheer them up, which is the thing they wanted in the first place. They were just dry begging in one sense. They're not willing to ask directly, because then if you dare turn around to them and tell them what you did for them, they can turn around and claim, I never asked you to. There's no winning with them. They're some of the most frustrating people you could ever be around. And the best way to deal with a narcissist is walk away, go limited contact and grey rock, or if you can, go no contact. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon. 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Go No Contact, a Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. They'll be in the description also if you'd like to go and check those out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.